Viewer, good evening and welcome to Spotlight. With me tonight, an attorney running for a judge, Jessica Hallmark. Jessica, welcome to MEA.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this opportunity to address the community.
Sure. Let's start. Where do you grow up? Which school you went?
I am a lifelong resident of Oakland County. I grew up in Bloomfield Hills. I went to high school at what used to be Losser High School. And then I went to the University of Michigan for my undergraduate and went to law school at Wayne State University.
So you are now practicing law?
Yes.
What kind of law you practice?
Commercial real estate, business, and I also specialize in liquor licensing. My firm represents a number of bars, restaurants, liquor stores, and other liquor licensed businesses.
I see. Throughout your years as an attorney, there's no involvement with a probate court or
so
in your
there's a lot of overlap with what I do and the probate court's cases.
I see.
I specialize in real and personal property law. Those are issues that the probate court is dealing with in the majority of their cases. They're hearing.
When it comes to what's probate court, a lot of people hear about it, but they don't know what kind of case.
That's right.
Yeah. So let's talk about your family. I believe your mom, she's a judge, probate judge.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Sorry
about that. Go ahead.
So I have two attorney parents. So I grew up in a house full of lawyers, and I got to see from a young age that my parents taught me that lawyers help people. That's their job. My father was in private practice. My mother initially ran for judge when I was 11 years old. She ran for the Court of Appeals in 1990. She was not successful in that election, but she went on several years later to be appointed to the Oakland County Probate Court, and she served on the Oakland County Probate Court bench for 26 years.
I see. So it's in the family.
Yes.
And you get the experience. This is very important. To run for an office, that office, you have some experience in it.
Yes.
And through your mom and all that, you probably have a lot of knowledge about the probate court.
Absolutely.
So now tell me, probate court, I heard about it, but I don't know the handle.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me the cases that you handle daily if you become judge?
Yes. Trusts and estates for people who have passed away, which is very important, dealing with people's real estate interests, dealing with people's personal property interests. This court, though, also makes important decisions about care for a lot of vulnerable populations in the community. So minor children, people who are disabled, people who have mental health issues and require treatment. This court makes decisions about many of those types of cases and providing care for those types of individuals.
So if somebody have a will, that will be guiding you how to work with this family, right?
Correct.
So tell me one.
Yes. So if somebody has a will, the will must be probated. So the family has to, after the person passes away, the family has to open an estate with the probate court, and the probate court is responsible for appointing a personal representative for the family or for the estate and administering the will.
I see. The judge will be by himself or joining by few more judges to be on the bench.
So these judges will be by themselves. So there's
each judge by themselves.
Yes, yes, and there are 4 judges on the Oakland County Probate Court.
I see. How's your campaign going?
It's going well. We're enjoying getting out into the community. We're enjoying meeting people. We're going to be going out on Memorial Day and participating in some parades and hopefully shaking lots of hands and getting to introduce ourselves to all kinds of people.
Okay, great. As we know, we cater to the Middle Eastern community.
Yes.
Okay. And you are a Middle Eastern.
Yes, correct.
So that will help because you understand the culture, understand the way they live, and when they come in front of you, each ethnic minority have different culture too, a different way to talk,
Yes.
Is that, do you attend some of those functions from the Middle Eastern community?
Yes, I think that I had a lot of experience growing up. So my grandfather was an immigrant from Lebanon. He immigrated to the United States in 1950 and raised his family here. He was very proud of his Lebanese heritage for his entire life, but he was also a very proud American.
Sure.
But he was someone who spoke with an accent, and you know, had certain challenges that came from immigrating to this country. So, you know, I understand that background across not only our community, but all
A
types
lot of
of
ethnic minority, yeah.
all types of immigrant
Yes.
communities, and really, you know, so many people who come to the probate court. Many of the people who come to the probate court aren't represented by an attorney. So in some ways, even if they are,
But sometimes they are there, the relative, they are there in the court.
yes,
And the way they act, the way they, you know, the culture and all that, so it's different from one to another.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, and making sure, I think, across, you know, particularly as you said, with our, you know, with Middle Eastern people, but with all types of minorities, and really just with all parties that come to the probate court, making sure people can understand, making sure that if somebody doesn't speak the language well, that they have an interpreter available so
Yes.
that they understand.
Do you have it? Are
Yeah.
you going to have it as a judge interpreter?
Oh, absolutely.
Good, excellent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. August 4 is the primary,
Yes.
and of course general election in November. But is it important for you on August 4 to get the people to vote?
Yes,
I
absolutely.
mean, in such an area that's all Democrat. So, you know,
Yeah.
for a primary, you know, it's no problem. The general election is the problem.
Yes, no, this is a nonpartisan race.
Okay.
There are currently 3 candidates running. So those 3 candidates will all appear on the ballot on August 4th.
Okay.
And the 2 candidates who receive the most votes in the August 4th primary will
Because-
continue on to the general election in November.
I see. In the primary, how the people, I know, but let the viewer knows. you know.
Yes.
At the primary, because it's important. He go to vote and, you know, there's a lot of names, there's a lot of things.
Yes.
But if somebody is in the primary, did they vote like Republican, Democrat, and that's it, or by individual?
So you can vote either way. The thing that's important to remember is that if you are voting a straight ticket, if you're only voting, if you're only checking the box that says Republican,
Or Democrat.
or you're only checking the box that says Democrat,
Yes.
by doing that, you're not voting in any of the nonpartisan races. So if there are, you know, any of the judicial candidates, there's, in addition to the probate court election, there's also an election in the circuit court in Oakland County. Many of the district courts have
Yes.
elections in
So
Oakland
it's very
County.
important to the community.
Yes, there are millage proposals and ballot initiatives and all of those types of things that are not necessarily partisan initiatives. So there are many things.
So we asking the viewer not just to go, if you want to vote straight, Democrat, go down, and you're going to see the judges, you're going to see the district and probate judges and all that, right?
That's right. You're going to get that ballot and you're going to unfold it, and it's
Yes.
going to be that long,
Uh-huh.
and you have to turn it over onto the back, and there's keep going.
Yes.
You know, when you feel like you've read a lot, keep reading.
Okay. So it's not, you're not affiliated with any of the parties
No,
as running?
no.
Okay. So the Oakland County, lately in the past 5 years, it turned more Democrat than Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Macomb, we have more Republican than Democrat.
Yes.
That's not going to affect you.
No.
I see. It's
No.
okay, yeah.
No, it shouldn't. You know, so in the judicial races, the candidates don't have a party affiliation, and the idea is really that as a judge, you should be guided by the facts of each individual case and the law. You're not there to create policy or to forward you know, your own ideas. You're there to interpret the laws that have been passed and to apply them to the facts of each case that you hear.
Okay, let's then, when you run, okay, is there any issue that in your mind is going to be handled in different ways, or if you could change it to a better that serve the people who come in front of you?
I think the most important things for serving people in this role, it's important to have somebody who will listen, who will be compassionate, who will be respectful of everyone who comes in front of them, and make sure that people have meaningful.
Especially, the emotional that people come
Absolutely.
to yours, somebody die and all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're dealing with many people who are dealing with very deeply difficult personal issues. They're coming before you and they've lost a loved one.
Yep.
They're coming before you and they have a parent who's suffering from dementia, or they have a child who has died or who has suffered a serious injury. You have people who have family members who are in a mental health crisis and they need care. So those are many of the people that are coming before you, and many of those people are coming before you, before this court, without having an attorney. So it's an emotional experience. It can be a very scary experience if you don't know how to navigate the system on your own, and they need to encounter someone who is there to help.
Yeah. If they don't have attorney, would you offer one?
So it's difficult. In many cases, in some cases that come before the probate court, people do have a right to an attorney if they want one. Other times they don't. It depends on the particular kind of case. So if someone has applied for a guardianship, for example, and they have said, this person requires a guardian, and the person says, I don't think that I do need a guardian, that person has a right to have an attorney, to have their own attorney who represents their interests. So in certain cases like that, yes, the court can appoint counsel for those individuals. In other cases, though, if they're probating a will or if they're contesting a trust.
Does the will guide you what you should do? I mean, each family has different, probably they don't want their money to go to the children, or certain children, or to certain relatives, or, or all in a family. Is that how it is? The will guide you to take your decision?
Yes, it should in most cases. There are any number of issues that can arise. There could be an issue with the will itself, whether the person was competent when they signed it, or whether they were, they were suffering from an illness or a dementia or something like that perhaps affected their capacity to execute a will. So that could be an issue where, perhaps you wouldn't do what the will said. Yeah. So there are exceptions, but generally, yes, you're trying to give effect to what the person
because majority
said they wanted.
Of people, especially when they get old or have some kind of problem in health and all that, they like to have a will that will decide where the money or real estate or anything worth that to go to which person.
Yes,
yeah.
Of course. I mean, I think it's important to most of us to feel that what we've worked for is going to go to benefit our families after we're gone. If we have a spouse who needs care after we're gone, if we have children who we want to leave a legacy to,
sure.
It's very important to us. To I think all of us who are in that position to make sure that we're caring for the people we love.
I see. How many courts we have in Oakland County? It's only one court for probate, or many?
There's only one court there's only one probate court for all of Oakland County.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. Within the Middle Eastern, because most of the people who watch us in Middle Eastern, when we broadcast in every state in the nation. So in California, they're watching you, the Chicago, the whatever, whatever there is. As a Middle Eastern, what do you like to see from them related to the probate, or before they come to the probate court?
Yes. Well, you know, I've talked to many people through my campaign, and I've had several people say to me, I've heard that I never want to have to go to probate court, and
That's right.
and
That's right, yeah.
and I say, you know, you may be right, and if that's the case, one thing that you can do is you can have a trust. You can have a lawyer prepare a trust for you before you pass away, and generally speaking, if you have a trust that says this is what's going to happen to the assets in the trust after the person passes away, then those family members or beneficiaries of that trust may not need to come to the probate court at all. And for many people, that's attractive, that they can manage those things themselves at that difficult time after there's perhaps been a loss in the family without having to add the extra step of coming to court and have someone else oversee it.
I see. And I know your mom, she was a probate court judge.
Yes.
And probably throughout the history, she will know what's the, not the directly percentage, but what's the number of the Middle Eastern. Are there a large number? Are they a very small number that they come to the court? Because you mentioned, and I hear it, I don't need to go to property court.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my father give me the money or to the wife or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think?
That's a very interesting question, and I'm afraid I don't know the answer
That's okay.
about the number, and I'm curious to know. I would imagine that it would be very similar to the percentage of the Middle Eastern population of the county. Just, you know, the Middle Eastern population would be very similar to any other population in
Yes.
Oakland County because, you know, I think we've all heard the expression, you know, the only two certainties in life are death and taxes, right?
Sure, yeah.
It affects all of us.
I see. And be honest with you, the Middle Eastern in Oakland County, a good population, very good population in Oakland County.
Yes.
You know, and we have Madiha, which is the deputy executive. She's in all the advisory board.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
that's wonderful.
Yes. So your experience with the community, forget about the court now. Are you, for example, involved in some organization or attend some event? Because by attending, by belonging, you understand more. And when you become judge, you'll have that knowledge.
Absolutely. I'm involved with the Lebanese American Chamber of Commerce. My family has known John Akuri, the chamber president, for going back for a number of years. So we enjoy being involved with the Lebanese Chamber. I've joined the Chaldean American Chamber of Commerce, and I've attended many of their events.
They're both very good people.
Absolutely,
Yes.
and they're all very welcoming and very gracious,
Yes.
and they're all doing very important work
Absolutely.
for not only our own community but for the broader
Community at large, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're going to handle not just Middle Eastern, the community at large.
Right.
And that community at large have a lot of ethnic minority.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's become, Oakland County has become the hub of many, many ethnic minority.
Yes.
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 Okay. In your campaign, do you need to get put like a committee, or you have to have somebody advisor for you, or are you just running for it?
So we do have a committee. We have to have a campaign committee. The other thing that is unique somewhat about judicial elections is that there are judicial ethics rules that prevent the candidate from handling the money. So the candidate can't solicit any campaign contributions, can't handle any campaign funds. So we have a treasurer, and we have people assisting with the campaign who are serving those functions that we're not allowed to do ourselves. But we've been fortunate to really have earned broad support for the campaign.
Great.
A number of people have been helpful.
You have enough fundraising and gathering and all that?
Yes, So fundraising is an ongoing effort. The other thing that is unique in judicial races is that whereas other candidates can raise money earlier in the campaign season,
Uh-huh.
judicial candidates are not permitted to start raising funds until February 15th. So, so that's just.
Well, you
know,
have enough from February to August. You have enough time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an ongoing process, but really just as I said, it's all about reaching out to people. It's about building support, earning endorsements
Yes.
from different people in different communities, but really just meeting the voters, getting out into the community and being able to talk to people and meet people and hopefully have them recognize you and know your name.
Sure. I need 1 minute to tell the viewer, the Middle Eastern viewer, why they should have the will, the trust, and all that, and why seeing the probate court is very important for them, for the family, because after somebody passes away, if it's a father or son and all that, the probate court is the one that they're going to go for it.
That's right.
So what's your message to them to get engaged with the probate court when something, God forbid, something happens?
Yes. Well, as I said, these issues that this court faces are fundamental to all of us. I myself have been on the other side of some of these things. I've had losses in our family. People,
family.
yes, illness and people who require care, and we've seen what caregiving can look like. Watching friends who have family members struggling with mental health issues and seeing the effect that can have on everybody in the family.
Yes.
Knowing, I think that I think it's important to have that human experience and to bring the compassion that creates in you
Yes.
to this position. And I think it's important for people to know that this court should be a resource for people. If you are in crisis, if you do have someone in your family who needs care, that you absolutely should come to probate court. That in those situations it shouldn't be something that you're seeking to avoid.
Let me ask you questions. If somebody have a will and trust, or either way, did they have to register this with the probate court?
So wills can be filed with the probate court, but they don't necessarily in advance of being submitted
that's what
for
I'm
probate.
saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they can be saved with the court, but they're not always. Many times, if an attorney prepares them, they will keep a copy, and hopefully the individual who makes the will has a copy or gives copies to family members. Trusts, they're same thing. Typically, the attorney who prepares the trust will have a copy. The family will have a copy, but the court may not have a copy unless somebody needs to submit one in connection with the case.
I see. Your campaign, as I mentioned, they vote straight, and then we have to have a patient from the voter to
right.
go down. So what's your message for them, that after finishing with Republican and Democrat to even politician, and then they have to go to the judges and all that?
Yeah, I mean, just that there are a lot of other things that can be on the ballot, and they don't maybe get as much attention, and people aren't always as knowledgeable about them, but they're no less important.
And they have in mind they're gonna go either before they go to the voting, I'm gonna vote Democrat and Republican, and they do that and leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I think many people just don't know that they haven't voted the entire ballot if they do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but just be aware that you can keep going, and you can vote in these nonpartisan races, and there are all kinds of different matters that can be on that section of the ballot, whether they're judicial races, which are important for all of the reasons that we've talked about, There are millages.
Villages, that's, there's,
Yeah.
I receive from so many different cities, they have villages,
Yeah,
And,
I mean, that's, I think everybody cares about how much they're gonna pay in taxes and what their tax money is gonna be used for. I mean, that's a perfect example of something that will be further down on the ballot, that you may care deeply about that issue, but
yes.
if you're just voting Republican or Democrat, you're not voting on that unless you go further down and you check that box.
And you know what? Throughout the years, people deal with different court, of course, and other. And this is the time now to vote for the person that they think they could trust.
Yes, yeah, I think that trust is so important. Trust and demeanor. I've been fortunate to talk to a number of lawyers and a number of judges, and to really receive great advice from a lot of legal professionals I admire. And the thing overwhelmingly that people have said to me that's I think surprised me a little initially was, the most important thing is you have to be kind. You have to be respectful
Absolutely.
of people. You have
Understand their culture,
Yes.
We have as a mosaic of all ethnic minorities in one good mosaic,
Yes.
And thank God in Michigan they live in harmony and they respect each other and all that.
Absolutely.
Different state, you don't see that. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we need to listen to each other. We need to be respectful of each other, and this, it's true across our society, but certainly in the context of this court.
Well, thank you so much for all this information.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck, in your race, and hopefully the community will come to you.
Thank you very much.
Sure, thank you. Dear viewer, that was my interview with Jessica Hallmark. Honestly, in August 4, when you go to vote, yes, you vote Republican and Democrat, as she said, you have to go down. You have to vote for the judges, for the village. There's a lot, I think, beside the politician, that in election year, they bring it to vote, so they could take the opinion of people when they vote, if it's yes or no. There's another thing, that when you go and vote, Jessica, she is part of the Middle Eastern community. She understands the culture, and probably she understands the language. She understands when we move in a family, and if something happened in the family, God forbid, how we handle it. And that's a huge plus for us, a huge plus for us. You go, for example, for, a judge from the community at large, he doesn't understand the family, how they live together, and how each other help each other, and the money stay within the family and all that. So it's very important to put somebody there who understands your culture, who understands the way you live as a family and care about as family. And if God forbid something happen, it's in the family, and they take care of it in the family. So please vote. Don't go down. Yes, it took us extra time and extra work, but it's worth it a lot to go down and vote for the judges. And don't forget to vote for Jessica Hallmark. She's from the community, understanding the culture of the community. Thank you so much for watching, and good night. You did good. Probably in July, or early July, I want you to come and have a message about 20 to 30 seconds to the Middle Eastern community.
Oh, thank
I'll put you on teleprompter.
Okay.
You could write it